Hello, and welcome to the Unscheduled List video tutorial. The Unscheduled List contains appointments to be followed up on and rescheduled. When an appointment is missed and the patient isn't able to reschedule right away, you should always send the appointment to the Unscheduled List to make sure that appointment doesn't slip through the cracks. In this webinar, you will learn how to use the Unscheduled List effectively, customize the unscheduled list, and text patients on unscheduled list. Use the unscheduled list effectively. There are a few ways to send an appointment to the unscheduled list. First, you can right-click on an appointment in the Appointments module and select Send to Unscheduled List. You'll get a pop-up, click OK, and that will send it over to the list. If the office is utilizing broken appointments, procedure codes will also have the option to select Missed Send to Unscheduled List. That will give you all of your normal prompts for the missed or canceled appointments, and then will send the appointment to the unscheduled list. The last way you're able to send an appointment to the unscheduled list is by double-clicking into the appointment and then manually changing the status in the top left-hand corner from scheduled to unscheduled and selecting OK. Instead, simply delete the scheduled appointment and then use the planned appointment tracker to track and reschedule. Customize the unscheduled list. Offices have the option of allowing or blocking recall appointments from being added to the unscheduled list. The preference for this can be found in Setup, Appointments, Appointment Preferences. Towards the bottom of the window, the checkbox for Do Not Allow Recall Appointments on the Unscheduled List can be found. If this box is checked, recall appointments will be blocked from being added to the unscheduled list. If unchecked, they will be allowed to be added to the list. If Appointments Require Procedures is checked in the window, then unscheduled appointments will be automatically deleted if the attached procedures are scheduled onto the new appointment. The unscheduled list itself is located within the Appointments List window in the top of the Appointments module. Click on the Unscheduled List to pull up the list. In the top left-hand corner, you can click on the Setup button of the window that pops up, and this will allow you to set the default range for dates when the appointments were created. Include broken appointments, if checked, will include appointments that have been broken in the Appointment module but not sent to the unscheduled list. You are also able to filter by provider, site, code range, clinic if clinics are enabled, and date of appointment creation. Once you have set the appropriate filters, click the refresh button to update the list. In the unscheduled list, you can right-click for multiple options. Select Patient will pull up the patient's profile within PracticeWeb. See Chart to pull up a patient and go directly to the Chart module. Send to Pinboard for scheduling or to delete an appointment. Or you can also double-click into the appointment to pull up the Edit Appointment window. From here, you can make any changes to the appointment as normal, and if you're ready to schedule the appointment, you can click Pinboard to send it to the Pinboard, and it will then appear in the Pinboard where you can drag and drop it onto the schedule. Lastly, the Print List button will print the unscheduled list as it appears on the screen. Text patients on the unscheduled list. Sending text to patients on the unscheduled list is a great way to be able to get patients back into the office to finish up their treatment. To start sending text to patients, you must be signed up with the PW Connect automated texting system, which offers a large range of other ways that you can communicate with your patients easily and effectively. First, we'll start by going to the Appointment Lists button located here above the schedule in the Appointment module. Then, from the Appointment Lists window, click on the Unscheduled List button. From here, we can see a list of all of our patients that we have added to the unscheduled list. On the right side, you'll see a text button with a white speech bubble. Click on the text button to open up the texting interface. Starting at the top, we have a drop-down menu where you can choose which text template you would like to use for this text, which I will show you how to do a bit later. After selecting your template, you'll see a list of patients below displaying the patient name, phone number, and preferred language. The checkboxes on the left will allow you to select which patients will receive this message, as any patient unchecked will not receive a text message. Alternatively, you can use a checkbox in the blue bar at the top to select or deselect all patients in this list. The boxes on the right will give you a preview of the text template you will be sending to those patients, and once all your settings are to your liking, click the Send Text button to get those patients back in office. You can also customize your unscheduled list messages by clicking on Text Templates in your PW Connect software. Click on the Customize On-Demand Text tab. Then, using your drop-down under Message Type, you can select the unscheduled list. You can make any changes you want to your unscheduled list message. However, keep in mind you do need to have messages entered in both the English and Spanish sections. Just to make sure that you click on the Update Template when you're done. As you can see, unscheduled list text messages go out in both English and Spanish based on the patient's chosen language in the Family module. That wraps up the Unscheduled List webinar, and I thank you for joining us today. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to call our support line or email us for further assistance.